A very good morning from Penzance, folks. Now, I only arrived here late last night on the long train from Aberdeen, and shamefully I've only got one day here. Now, there are 1,000 ways I'd like to spend that day in this wonderful part of the world, but with my obsession with islands, I think you know there could only really be one winner. So join me today as we head off to the Isles of Scilly for a day trip on the ferry. We'll have about 3 or 4 hours on the islands, and there's no real plan, so let's just see how we get on. Let's go. It's only 8:15 in the morning, but it's really busy here already with everyone checking in for the ferry, which should leave in about an hour, I think. I love the atmosphere here, a proper working harbour. Thank you.
10 to 4 back at the ship.
Okay, 10 to 4.
Yeah,
that's the time to remember.
At 4 o'clock.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Bye. Oh wow, how cool is our ship? For some reason I wasn't expecting it to be like this, but it kind of reminds me of those stories I've heard from the old ships in the Highlands, where if you were taking your car, they'd have to pick it up on the crane and drop it on board. This is going to be fun. Good morning. Thank you very much. So here we go, welcome aboard and mind your head. Well, first impressions are really good. This is a proper old ship and it's very busy. It's not due to depart for another 45 minutes, but it seems like it's almost full already. Aye, people are very punctual down here. Let's go and have a look inside. On the inside of Scillonian, space is also pretty decent with access to 2 decks and plenty seating for everyone. While there is a 3rd deck you can also access, but more on that one later. The seats were comfy with plenty of legroom, but I'll save my use of them for the return journey. On the upper deck, the cafe was of course the busiest spot, especially first thing in the morning, and it was well stocked and selling proper coffee. Now the cafe is towards the front of the public areas, so I managed to have a peek out at the bow of the ship, but this was obviously a restricted area with the crew ready to start loading the shipping containers. Heading down some more stairs and we come to the confusingly named main deck. Now I say confusing because there's barely anyone down here and we're almost at sea level. But this is the place to come if you want no queue for your morning coffee, and you can also pick up a bit of Scillonian merchandise while you're down here. Aye, there was me thinking the ferry was full, but when you come down to the main deck, which maybe a lot of people don't realise is even here, there's loads of space and the cafe is a lot quieter down here as well. Oh, I might use that for the thumbnail. I love these old technical drawings of the Scillonian, and for reference, 67 metres long. Almost good to go, and I just heard in passing that we've got 246 passengers on board today, and that's quite good for a Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Scillonian III. We will be sailing along the West Cornwall coastline with views of Basel, Lamorna and the Minack Theatre before heading out into the Atlantic, past Land's End and Wolf Rock Lighthouse and on to the Isles of Scilly. The crossing usually takes about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Please don't take up more than one seat at busy times. Keep doorways and safety equipment clear, and use headphones if you are watching videos or listening to music. Once again, thank you for sailing with us aboard Scillonian.
It's not long out of harbour when the jacket has to go on. Back inside, and here's that third deck. It's funny because they call this the quiet area despite it being the noisiest place on board. So after about 3 hours on the ferry, we've arrived here at the beautiful harbour in Hewtown on the island of St Mary's in the Isles of Scilly. Is that right? I think I've got that right. Now, we've got about, realistically, 3 hours to explore before we need to come back and get checked in for the return journey. But first, I need something to eat. Now, of course, I don't really have any idea where we're going. We're just going to wander, see what happens. It looks lovely though. Tell you what though, when that boat arrives, this is a very busy place. So I think I'll just let the crowds disperse a bit and then we can wander around the quiet streets. Truth is, I don't think we're even going to have time to leave Hewtown, but I'm fine with that. It's absolutely stunning here. In fact, I might grab something to eat and just come and sit here, have a look over the harbour. Oh, and there's another flight coming in. Right, I went into this wee cafe and got a pasty, a steak pasty. So let's go and enjoy it over here. Embarrassing, I know, but I'm sitting here in St Mary's thinking, are these islands part of Cornwall? Because Penzance, where we came from, is part of Cornwall. But if it is, then I guess we're having a homemade Cornish pasty. I've probably just insulted everyone with that lack of knowledge, but I tell you what, this is good. Absolutely packed with steak and potatoes and onions. It's gorgeous. Let's be honest, it's a bit of a paradise here, isn't it? And I'm getting vibes of the Swedish islands with the wee golf buggies firing about. What's this, a wee shop? Cool. Okay, I've wandered a wee bit out of town. I've got a really nice view of the airport here. Let me just go up here and I'll try and zoom in with my phone camera. Hello. Well, looks like we've come right over the other side of the island, and there's a lovely sandy beach, and the sign back there says, "Welcome to Old Town." So does that mean that we've left Hewtown? Or is this Hewtown's Old Town? Who knows? I do get the feeling this is the kind of place you could just leave your doors open, do you know what I mean? It's so quiet and peaceful. But once again I've arrived somewhere where I should be spending much more time here, maybe a week. But no, a few hours once again. I'll never learn my lesson. Does it say where I can get these from? The Scilly Cart Company, Port Mellon. Oh, that sounds far away. Okay, so I've sniffed out some local ice cream. It's made by Troy Town Farm here in the Isles of Scilly, and the flavour is Agnes Rose Geranium Ice Cream. We've got to try this. Right, here goes. Oh wow, that's amazing. I was hoping that it would taste more of rose than geraniums, and it does. I don't think that wee tub's going to be enough. I must admit I'm having such a nice relaxed afternoon here in St Mary's, not running about like I usually do. And the main reason for that is that I'm tired after yesterday's travel. But I would say if you're taking the day trip over here, it's a perfect thing to do. Just chill, have some ice cream, drinks, lunch. There's so many nice places. And if you get a cracking day like I've got today, it's absolutely perfect. Although I say relaxed, there's still the odd hill to conquer. I think that's us just come through the walls of the old garrison. At least I think that's where we are. The sign will confirm it. Yes, there we go. Welcome to the garrison. Oh, gunpowder store. And detention cell, that's my hotel for tonight. I've come up to the top of this hill because I thought it was a castle at the top, and it is an old castle, Star Castle, but it's now a hotel. But anyway, it was worth it for the views. Look at this. And if I'm going to stay to my word about relaxing today, we really should go for a drink, shouldn't we? Cheers, guys.
I love it.
Ah well folks, I think it's time to head back to Scillonian III, which is over there somewhere, and head back to the mainland. Next time I come back here, it might be Scillonian IV, the new ship, but to be honest with you, I think I prefer the old one. Now the ship has different routes in and out of Hughes Town depending on the tides. So now the tide's a bit higher, here's hoping we'll go around the other side of the island on the way back, just to see something different, you know? Oh, big queues to board, and again we're here super early. Again, people are so punctual here. I just met a lovely couple who live in St Mary's, and they watched my videos and they were saying that they've got a boat, and they said if I ever come back they'll take me out in that boat. I mean, go for a tour of the islands. There's a reason to come back, eh? Thank you very much. Hello. Awesome, cheers.
During the crossing, you'll be able to see some of West Cornwall's most famous landmarks as we make our way up the coastline to Penzance.
Indeed, with the tide now higher, we departed via the north of St Mary's, where, as you'll see in a moment, George and Sam recorded me leaving. Now stay tuned to hear my opinion of this day trip, and I'll pop all the costs etc in a slide at the end of the video.
Just mind your heads on the way out.
So as we arrive back on the mainland, it's time to try and answer that all-important question. Is it worth doing a day trip to St Mary's? Well, I would say yes, because I absolutely loved it. But if you're going to do it the way I did it, I just hope you like ferries, because you'll spend longer on the boat than you do ashore. Maybe the perfect compromise would be to fly one way and get the ferry the other way, but I just couldn't afford that on this trip. But maybe next time. It's always an excuse to come back, isn't it? For now though, from here in Penzance the journey continues, so I'll say thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Scillonian Park and Ride.